Welcome back. We are live. We got some really crazy news. Trump's BBB, not BBL, just passed. That's going to mean some changes for crypto because you guys know when they have these big old bills, they just push stuff out there. Plus, we got some news about Ethereum, Solana. Apparently, we're going to be getting a Ethereum treasury thing from Tom Lee, I believe it is. So we're going to talk about that. And I honestly think that's going to save Ethereum. Plus Solana. There's so many things happening tomorrow. Wednesday, I believe the Solana staking ETF is set to go live. The reason why this is so big is because we have the Ethereum spot ETF, but there's no staking. And you all know that Ethereum is proof of stake because they merged over from proof of work. And that would essentially kind of be almost like dividends when it comes to, you know, people that invest in this stuff. And then we're going to have in-kind redemptions. That's going to be coming soon. And then we have the highest Bitcoin monthly close in history. So we've got a lot to talk about. We've got VeChain news. We've got algo news. We've got Hedera news. We've got, I think, Floki news. I can't even keep up. There's so much stuff happening. So thank you guys so much for being with me. And let's go ahead and get into it. So first and foremost, oh my goodness. I got to say a quick shout out to all the channel members and thank you guys for being here. Good morning to Mr. D, to Dale, to John, to Mr. R, and Mr. John Legend. Let's go ahead and get into it because I got a lot to cover and I don't know if I have enough time to cover all of it. Oh my goodness. So first and foremost, Bitcoin makes history with the largest monthly close of all time. The largest monthly close of all time. What does this mean? This means that Michael Saylor said that Bitcoin is physics and we're going to the moon. Well, I said we're going to the moon. And it's just exciting to see. It really is. And I know altcoins are a little bit slow right now, but you guys, you have to remember, today is the first. Today is July 1st, 2025. This is the first day of quarter 3 of 2025. Quarter 1, quarter 2 have passed, and hopefully we get that last altcoin season. Yes, I do think it's going to be the last altcoin season, but that's my business, okay? That's my business. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the Bitcoin monthly chart over here, okay? We're going to remove our drawing tool, start with the naked chart, remove market cipher for now. But this was the second highest Bitcoin monthly close in history. Okay, the second. Last month, we closed at 104,000. This month, we closed, May, we closed at 104,000. June, 107,000. Yeah, we have a little bit of volatility here. And if you go and you look at candlestick, the candlestick, charting with candlesticks, oh my God, it's been such a while since I did that because I'm not trading like I used to at all. I'm just kind of vibing, swing trading, stuff like that. And by the way, those of you that are swing trading and are doing longer term positions, you're going to outperform people that are trading. Please don't even be in the, well, if you want to be in the trenches, that's your business. But anyways, and if you do want to trade with me, I'm on Kraken, I'm on Femex. The links are down below. If you want to be a degen, go to Femex. If you want to be, you know, an outstanding citizen like myself and just spot trade, you can hang over at Kraken. I love Kraken. Absolutely love them. But anyways, these types of patterns over here, these candles, sometimes they can indicate reversals because it is kind of shows that the market is undecided. Those are doji candles. I don't really think this classifies as one, but we got a swing look high to 110, a swing look low to 98. We kind of closed between 104 and 107. So we could get a little reversal here. I'm not saying it. I'm just going to be delusionally bullish and say we're going to the moon. Okay. But that's what we're looking at for Bitcoin over here. Now, let's go ahead and reset this chart and take a look at the daily. Now, it looks like Bitcoin's dropping a little bit. And we are technically in a downtrend if we do look at the daily. Now, all we got to do is we got to draw a cute little trend line from the top over here. And we can see that we've got some pretty heavy resistance in this area. And we do really need to break above $108,000. But we do have some nice support at $105,000. We have even more support at $103,000, which is kind of the important area. Now, when we go to the big chart, the big daddy chart over here, we can see that we're headed downwards. And again, just as long as we hold on to support about 102, which again, I will redo this chart for you guys soon. I need to kind of really look at all the levels and whatnot. But anyways, it looks like we're going to head down. It looks like we might tap about 105,000, have a little bit of a cool off period. That means alts will go down with it. That is okay though, okay? This is giving you another opportunity to either add to your bag or you don't have to do anything. You can simply sit on your hands. Now, Ethereum right here, Ethereum popped at 25 2,500, and now we're down. And we've got kind of this little range here between 25 and about 24. So let's see what happens there. Solana had a really gnarly drop all the way down to 146, which sucks because we have the biggest Bitcoin monthly close ever. So much bullish news that happened yesterday with traditional finance, with Gemini, with Kraken, with Robinhood, with Arbitrum, like the Solana staking and Ethereum staking, I think is going to be available on Robinhood. It's just crazy, and the market's dropping. This is telling you that the crypto market is not. Good morning, gamer. This is telling you that the crypto market is not responding to crypto news. It's responding to traditional financial news. Okay. So Trump kind of caused a little bit of a dipperoonie here, which we don't like, but that's okay. That is okay. Hold on a second. Let me do this. And all right, sorry. All right, okay, back. Okay. Now, let me finish getting into the other altcoins. It looks like everything's dropping. And again, it's dropping because of Mr. Trump's bill right here. The bill about where the heck is it? Trump's big, beautiful bill. And it's over here. Trump's big, beautiful bill has passed the Senate. I want to grok this really, really, really quickly because basically it's going to add $5 trillion to our debt that we have. And I understand, I understand what's going on and why they're doing this, but at the same time, I'm just sick of it. I'm really, really, really sick of it. We have public servants that are collecting a salary, that are insider trading, that are doing all these crazy things. And at the end of the day, we are the ones that have to not only pay their salary, but we're the ones that are paying taxes. So we're pushing this debt down to our kids. So it's just really, 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 really upsetting. So the Senate approved on July 1st, 2025, comes a tight vote where Republicans only lose 3 votes, with dissent from Senators Rand Paul, Tom Tillis, highlighting internal party fractures noted in real-time coverage by The Guardian. The bill passage ties to White House event on June 27th, ongoing negotiations with congressional budget office estimating 4 million could lose health insurance supported by data from the American Rescue Plan. Premium tax credit extensions, adding a layer of economic and social debate. So there's a lot of stuff happening with this bill. There was also a rumor, and I want to say it might have been this. No, it wasn't this. This is Michael Saylor. But again, there was a rumor that came from David Bailey, which kind of got misconstrued on X. And with that being said, what does that mean? Well, that means that they kind of wanted to, it was rumored that they were going to revamp crypto and Bitcoin taxes with this bill. So we're still waiting on that. We're still waiting on that to come to fruition. Heck yeah, clickbait victim. Heck yeah, we love clickbait over here. That's the thing. You have to play with the algorithms. If you don't play with the algorithms, you don't get viewers. And that's why you're here, Sigma. Anyways, let's go ahead and get back into more news. There's all kinds of stuff happening. All right. Solana, Sui's at 270, ugly drop. XRP is actually holding up better than everything else for some reason. But that's fine. That's okay. Link is at $13, looking like it's going to lose support. Cardano, not looking good at all. Probably bounce back to low. This is actually really ugly if we drop here. Yikes. Hope we don't. The market's not looking good right now. We need Bitcoin to kind of go up. And then HBAR is heading back down to about 13 cents. Now, let's start covering the news. Let's talk about the bullish stuff, okay? Because there's a lot of bearish things happening, and that's really just because of the news. Again, anytime we see negative news, geopolitical news or money news, number goes down. Okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into the news, and maybe I'll do something a little bit later because there's just too much happening. So this comes from Tom Lee over here. And this is something I want you guys to pay attention when we're talking about Ethereum. I know Ethereum has kind of been underperforming recently. A lot of people are not pleased with what's going on, etc. But at the end of the day, Wall Street strategist Tom Lee, who's very well known, he wants to create the microstrategy of Ethereum. And this is kind of crazy that he wants to do this. So what does this mean? This means that he wants to do the same thing that Michael Saylor's doing, buying Ethereum, adding it to the balance sheet, or creating a treasury, then taking out collateralized loans on it, taking out debt on it, and then creating traditional financial instruments, and then pushing it out to raise capital, and then using that to buy Ethereum. But at the end of the day, Ethereum, I believe, Ethereum has a different supply. Well, I know it has a different supply than Bitcoin. Bitcoin is only 21 million. Oh, thank you, Mixing. Mixing said the crypto tax provisions didn't make it into the BBB, not the BBL, but the BBB. So we don't have any crypto news at all about that, which sucks. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Because we do have Michael Saylor and Miss Loomis talking about that type of stuff over here with the Bitcoin miners. So that's a whole nother topic for another day, because it's just a lot. They want to, they're saying, Loomis is saying that miners and stakers have been taxed twice when they only receive block rewards and they sell it. She wants to essentially stop the unfair tax treatment. And I get it. We should definitely do that. 100% should do that. But it didn't make it into the bill, sadly. But anyways, let's go back and talk about this little poster-rooney here for Mr. Tom. And this is me too. This is the face I made about the bill that passed, because yeah. And again, it still needs to go to Mr. Trump's desk and he'll sign it. And then him and Elon are still fighting again, which sucks because it's going to cause this big issue. But, you know, who cares about the little guys? All the public servants are corrupt. Anyways, this is the clip from Mr. Tom.
And this is some big news. It's kind of complicated, but probably suffice to say that you all are doing basically what MicroStrategy did with Ether. You're going to make Ether, the purchases that you buy through this, you're going to set this whole thing up like this. You want to explain a little bit?
Yeah, glad to. You know, I'm still a big fan of Bitcoin because I think it is, you know, digital gold. But what we've seen in the last, really in 2025 is the financial services industry and crypto are converging. And it really started with stablecoins, which is the ChatGPT of crypto, right? Because it's viral adoption by consumers, businesses, banks, and now even Visa. Underneath the stablecoin industry is Ethereum. That is really like the backbone and architecture of stablecoins. So it's important to create a project that essentially accumulates Ethereum to essentially protect and have some influence on the network. So that's why we're creating this treasury vehicle to buy Ethereum. The more Ethereum that's accumulated, the more secure the network is. And I think it's also sort of the architecture that future banks will have. You know, when Goldman issues a stablecoin and JP Morgan doing it on Ethereum, as a layer one blockchain, they're going to want to secure it by staking Ethereum. So we're trying to get in front of that by creating a treasury vehicle.
Just so I understand, it's safer if you own more of it. Explain why that would be.
Well, Ethereum is a proof of stake network.
Right.
So unlike Bitcoin, which is proof of work and miners do all the work for you, and that's why you have decentralized trust, in Ethereum, it's important for these entities to essentially validate transactions. So by becoming a staking entity, you're sort of securing the fidelity of stablecoins. So you don't want a stablecoin like USDC or USDT to be on a blockchain that's outside the purview of the US. And so I think Ethereum is a high quality, the second largest blockchain network, and it's over 51% of stablecoins, and 30% of all fees on Ethereum are actually stablecoin revenue.
So we even have...
So this is the reason why Ethereum is going to do well, stablecoins. So now after listening to this clip, this all makes sense to me. Because we have the Genius Act. The Genius Act's getting passed. It is what it is. But what we're going to see happen is a lot of stablecoins do run on Ethereum. Yeah, the network has high fees, et cetera, but we do have a lot of layer ones to help that. Vitalik and everybody else, they want to essentially start working on the actual layer, the Ethereum itself, which is freaking crazy that they waited all this time, but it is what it is. If guys like Tom Lee are coming in and they're going to bet big on Ethereum, I'm very confident that we will see $10,000 eventually one day. Again, that's not financial advice. That's my personal opinion, but this is freaking crazy because it's all based around stablecoins. Yeah, you could do stablecoins on Solana and whatnot, but right now Ethereum has all of the power. It really, really, really does. So, and then we got a Hedera story about Ethereum a little bit later too. So you guys stick around for that. Well, not Ethereum, but stablecoins. And I wanted to tie it in there. But he raised, Mr. Tom Lee raised $250 million to build an Ethereum treasury and will continue its Bitcoin mining business while increasing exposure to Ethereum. So they mine Bitcoin and they want to build an Ethereum treasury because of stablecoins. But the big burger over here, the meat and the juice is Tom Lee highlighted growing interest in stables with many built on Ethereum amid regulatory momentum. And he says that Bitwine, the company, wants to become the strategy of Ethereum. And he said the Ethereum is the next Bitcoin, which is not true. And the current stock for this is BMNR, which I'm sure they'll drop more. Now, going into proof of stake, because we talked about Bitcoin a little bit, let's get into this. This came out yesterday, but Robinhood now has staking for Solana and Ethereum to U.S. customers, which is amazing. But eligibility and restrictions vary by region. Another thing, a key thing here is not your keys, not your coins. I probably most likely will never stake on a centralized app again just because of the crypto contagion, and I don't want to lose my crypto. So if you guys want to do this, great, fine, fantastic, but just be aware, not your keys, not your coins. Now, Solana, this is a really, really cool story here. So Solana advisor, Nikita, joins Elon Musk X reigning crypto payment speculation. So this guy over here, we follow each other on X. He is an absolute Chad, very, very successful startup guy. And this picture is so cute of them. Like, look how adorable. But he's X's new product head. And he previously served as an advisor to Solana Labs, which is great because he understands how crypto works. So a lot of people are speculating that X is really going to go balls to the walls of crypto. I wouldn't be surprised, especially that we have this gentleman over here. And shout out to Jason Nelson. That's my bestie. Shout out to my big brother. Now, UniCredit to offer BlackRock Bitcoin ETF linked products for some clients. Remember JP Morgan had the little bit of the remember JP Morgan had the relationship with oh my goodness. Can't even think right now. With BlackRock to use their Bitcoin spot ETF as collateral. Well, it looks like they're expanding a little bit over here. And I'm also pleased to announce to you guys, the O Show, we officially have a brand new partner, and I'm excited about it. And the reason why I'm excited about it is because it is called Bitcoin IRA. They offer 75 plus cryptos, less taxes, which you guys need to do your own due diligence, and more rewards. And if you guys use my link, you can earn up to $1,000 of rewards when you fund your retirement account. They've got 200,000 plus Americans that use the platform. They allow you to buy and sell 75 plus cryptos with your IRA 24/7, which is absolutely amazing. They also allow you to transfer an existing IRA or rollover to an old 401k, traditional Roth, SEP, or solo 401k. That I love. And they also have more than 4,000 five-star reviews. So this is what's going on over here. And they're an official partner of the O Show, so we're going to be talking about them a little bit more. And I want to really, really thank Bitcoin IRA for partnering with us because that helps pay the bills over here. And on top of it, I actually really, really like this product a lot. Why do I like this product a lot? Is because you have to pay your crypto taxes. Always pay your crypto taxes no matter what. And if you talk to your CPA, which you should have a CPA, especially if you're doing decent in crypto, it might actually be beneficial for you to put to create an IRA or an SEP or a Roth, whatever it is, but you have to talk to your financial advisor, and it might help you save in taxes. That's what we do. We have I've got an SEP. I've got Scott. You guys know Scott, and we fund our SEP every tax season according to Scott, who's my CPA, which you guys have his contact. It's on my website. And my other CPA, because I've got two different CPAs. But we fund it based on the guidelines of the IRS and what we can and can't do for deductions. And it's helped a lot. So I don't know. I highly recommend you guys check it out. It's a really, really great product. And I'm so, so excited to be partnered with them because we're here to make as much money as ethically as possible and legally. And we do that by following the constraints, or by doing things within the constraints of the law. And if the IRS has if you talk to your CPA and they say, hey, you can do this and save a little bit on your taxes, why wouldn't you? And save on and hold on to your crypto, but kind of having like a thing you get later. So I love it. I think it's absolutely amazing. But their online assets, which is very important, their assets are stored offline with a $250 million insurance policy, which is great. And also you guys, so make sure to check it out and let me know what you think. But I had to go ahead and share that because we love them. We got their little link at the top over there. Okay. Now let's go into the next story because we got a lot more to cover. Crypto Slate. Connecticut closes door on Bitcoin, mandates strict disclosure for crypto firms. Basically, there's not going to be a Bitcoin strategic reserve in Connecticut because they're like, no, we don't want to do that. And funny story, I actually knew someone who went to college in Connecticut. They loved it. They're like, you should move down here. I think Connecticut's absolutely gorgeous. But if we're like, the fact that they don't want a Bitcoin strategic reserve, even on the state level, even from confiscated Bitcoin, is absolutely ridiculous because Bitcoin was created for the people, by the people, for everyone. And I'm also hearing that in Santa Monica, that the mayor is not like, they're like not pro crypto over here because they're affiliating it with the red people, which is stupid because Bitcoin's for everyone. Okay. So big to Connecticut. We don't like that. You're missing out, man. All right. Now, crypto ETFs. We have got an updated call from Mr. Eric B. and Mr. James. He says, here are mine. Our recent odds on spot crypto ETF approvals by the end of 2025. We expect a wave of new ETFs in the second half of 2025. So here we go. We're officially quarter 3. There's got Litecoin, Solana, XRP, Dogecoin, Cardano, Polkadot, HBAR, shout out to HBAR, Avalanche, and then some of the like Tron, Sui, Pango, etc. I think all of these will get approved. I think all of them will get approved in quarter 3. Quarter 4. It's coming fast. So hold on to it. Now, I want to give a shout out to VeChain because they've been working hard, and to Binance. We want to go ahead and talk about this really quick. So if you're holding VeChain, I got some news for you. So VeChain Galactica is live. It's live on the VeChain mainnet, and multiple upgrades were activated, which is part of VeChain's Renaissance, which is a major upgrade to the VeChain Thor blockchain. And Stargate staking and VTHO early bird staking starts today, which I've got some more info on that for you, so hold on. Q3 2025, now we're going to see upgrades to staking, tokenomics, and governance. And in Q4 2025, validator and delegate system full Renaissance roll out. And now Stargate is live. So hold on. So it's the new staking program, and it launches with 5.48 billion VTHO in bonus rewards. So basically, you get to earn more. You get to earn rewards by staking VET directly, but you do need 10,000 VET to start. And Stargate uses NFTs to track staking, making it simple and compliant. The thing about that is using NFTs to track staking. That kind of sounds like an RWA to me. And you guys know how I feel about RWA projects. Early stakers get extra rewards for 6 months, and this is also part of VeChain Renaissance. And most importantly, Binance is supporting VeChain VET and VTHO network upgrade. So if you guys are holding anything on Binance, know that the upgrade is supported, which is absolutely amazing. I love that exchanges mostly do this all the time, but it still is important. Anytime that there's a project you're holding and you happen to be a silly goose and have it on an exchange, generally the exchange will deal with everything. So shout out to Binance for taking care of that for VeChain. We absolutely love it. And again, Binance is really kind of the leader in the industry, and I'm just very much here for it. And I also want to give a big shout out to Floki over here because their Valhalla mainnet is live. And it's their play to earn metaverse game, and it's on OPBNB mainnet. So if you're a part of the Floki community, big shout out to you. And I like Floki. I think that Floki is I think it's one of the best meme coins out there. Probably one of my top 5 just because they've been around so long, and I just love what they're doing. Now we got to cover some Algorand stuff because they've had a lot of announcements this week, and I told the Algorand community I would cover it. So Algorand is now natively multi-chain through Wormhole NTT. It is powered by Wormhole, and it's built by Folks Finance. And if you guys want to learn more, you could go ahead and grok it right over here, or you can go ahead and read the article down over here, okay? And the reason, like we talked about XRP and Wormhole, it basically brings interoperability by building on Wormhole's framework. And again, folks like Ethereum, Solana, they're utilizing Wormhole as well. So I think that this is amazing. But if you're holding Algorand is another project that I like and I hold, and I actually have done really well just holding on to my algo. But again, I think this is really cool, and I love that they're working on interoperability. Plus, this this collaboration does highlight a strategic pivot for Algorand, traditionally, because Algorand's always been a single chain platform, but now they're a multi-chain. And I think projects that go from single chain to multi-chain with interoperability and are utilizing Wormhole's technology, Chainlink's technology, whatever it is, they're going to be the ones that continue to do well. Personally, because if you can't communicate with other projects, what are you going to do? Now, Polygon, you guys know I'm a poll holder. I got my moon bag, but Polygon Labs launches with Katana blockchain with focus on DeFi. And I love the word Katana. It reminds me of Mortal Kombat. And I always had a crush on Scorpion growing up. Anyways, Katana is a new DeFi layer 2 chain built by Polygon and GSR. I thought Polygon was a layer 2 chain, but I digress. Runs on Ethereum for lower fees and security and focuses on deep liquidity for select apps, wants sustainable, efficient DeFi yield, and the key apps that they support are Morpho Lending, Sushi, and Vertex, and they're planning a 15% CAT token airdrop, no governance right with CAT token, and when I get more information, I will let you know on that, okay? I will let you know. And of course, we got to go ahead and give a big shout out to Hedera over here. Where is the story? What's going on? Where is it? Oh, I got to pull it. I don't know why it's not here. Katana. All right, hold on. What's going on over here? Yeah, this is from the Hedera Foundation. Oh, I wanted to kind of link it over here with the stablecoin. So Hedera Foundation, they went in and posted, and I love that they've got 420% growth in USDC transaction volume, which is hilarious. So basically they're growing in their stablecoin, sector, which is amazing. We love that for them because, again, Tom Lee is investing $250 million for a Ethereum strategic reserve. Well, Ethereum balance sheet model like MicroStrategy Treasury. And maybe we'll see one for Hedera. I don't know, because stablecoins is where it's at right now. But anyways, basically what this means is that Hedera does offer fast, cheap, scalable transaction for USDC, and they've had over 12 million USD minted on Hedera. And the cool thing about it is it settles in 3 seconds with low transaction fees, regardless of amount, allows for cross-border transactions, micropayments, DeFi, and NFT payments, and it is ideal for enterprises that need stable, real dollar transactions and supports programmable payments and dApps using stable USD value. And the thing about the dApp thing, and the stable and being able to make transactions within dApps, I think that we're going to see this happen in the gaming sector of crypto, and that's really going to really make the experience a lot similar to like real world gaming. So it just kind of goes through. But anyways, you guys, it was a crazy day today. I got to get going. I've got to crank out a lot more content for you guys. I got to do some XRP stuff and whatnot. But thank you guys so much for watching. Shout out to Ethereum, to Hedera, to Algo, to VeChain, to our new partners over at Bitcoin IRA, and everybody else that's watching the O Show. Everything crypto every single day. Bye-bye.